after this. Let's see if we're live yet.
Oh,
are we live? Is it working? Do
it's...
you think we're live, guys?
We
Do you
are
think we're
live.
on?
I think so.
We're live.
Fantastic. Everyone hear me okay?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Wonderful. Daniel, this is a visual and an audio thing, so putting your hand up to the screen doesn't help anyone. But anyway, if you are listening to this as a podcast, then congrats, but you're also a day late because we're putting this out on the YouTube as our Only Bond live stream on the Thursday. So welcome, YouTubers, to the show. Up there on the left, top left, I've got my man in a field, Daniel Gaster. How are you doing today, Daniel?
I'm doing very well, thank you, Pete. How are you?
Oh, yeah, going great guns. Thanks, man. And funky new glasses. Well, maybe we'll get onto those later. Absolutely. Bottom left, we have Thomas Crichton from Fleming Never Dies. How are we doing today, Thomas?
Hello, very well, thank you. All is good.
Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And bottom right, back from the dead, is Mark. Views from Mark. How are we doing today, mate?
I'm alive and breathing, so that's always a bonus. And
That's
yeah, no,
encouraging.
great to be here.
That's encouraging. What did you have?
Who knows? I'm convinced it was some, Spectre agent at Operation Oberhauser, because it was literally 2 days after the meetup that I came down with some flu, virus, cold, whatever it was, Heracles. I don't know. But someone took me out. Nearly.
We have comments coming in already from your Bond Best saying, wash your hands on repeat. How many times has he repeated that? Never mind. Well, always good advice. And yes, if you do have any comments, if you want to chime in, just hit a comment and I'll try and pull it up at a convenient time for everyone. But let's get into some news, shall we? And what's going on in the world of Bond? Well, we have some shirts out that have been released from Hub Closet. I saw doing the rounds. In fact, I think David Zaritsky was the first one to send me this. So thank you, David. They are, well, from Hub Closet. I've never heard of these guys before. They look like polyester prints, going for around about $30 a pop. And, well, maybe I'll go to you first, Mark, then work my way around the room. Mark, first initial impressions when you saw these.
I mean, I love the artwork. These aren't for me, though. I don't think it's anything that I would wear. But, as I say, the artwork's beautiful. It's always hard to tell, though, from these kind of images, these kind of promo images, how they would actually look once you're wearing them. Because I think that when they do these composites, they put it on so the artwork looks as it would do if you were looking at a poster. But obviously when you're wearing it, wrinkles, crinkles, all that, it'll look very different. But they look cool enough, just not one for me personally.
I think the only thing I really like about this is the price. Like for $30, you can have a shot at this rather than like $80 and it turns up and you're like, oh, crikey, that looks good on the screen, but looks wank on me. It's
certainly a lot more reasonable than some of the T-shirts that one of the brands came out recently with just like literally titles on or words. I think they were like £130, but yeah, $30. Happy days. It was. I didn't want to name them, but yes, it was.
Well done, Dave.
We've discussed it previously. We've discussed it previously on the live, so I think we can mention it previously.
Luke and Jay have a few coming in according to the Bond Experience. That's fantastic. Look forward to seeing them in the flesh, or at least seeing some flesh in them, if that works. Thomas, does it work for you?
As soon as I saw them, I used to work with a guy from Hawaii, and I can imagine him wearing these as his Sunday best. I think they'd really suit him. I don't think, given the weather in Yorkshire at the moment, that I get a lot of wear out of these. But for £35, fairly reasonable, more reasonable than I expected.
Well, I don't know about that one in the bottom right with the two guns making like the lapels and the bow tie. I mean, I think that's. I think if you're looking for a laugh, maybe for £35, that's probably a bit expensive. But Dan, what do you think? Are you going to turn it around?
This one for you.
Oh, the Octopussy one. Oh, be still my beating heart. Yeah, that's the. That's one of my favorite posters. I've got the tea towel in this. I don't feel like I need to wear the tea towel on me. To be honest with you, but
No, I mean, I'm looking on their site. You're right, Mark. They're all 100% polyester. They don't do anything for me. I think it came up on my Instagram feed, and I posted this on our group chat, saying, anybody fancy any of these? And I loved Matt's response, which was, if they did it in a cocktail coffee, have it.
Yeah. Well, maybe if they do some. He's not going to buy any of these. There's no way he's going to be swanning around in any of these.
He's putting safe conditions on them.
Well, good luck. I mean, at least they're doing it at an entry-level price, which also, are these licensed, do you think?
Oh, God, no. I don't think they would be. No, not at all.
I can't imagine they're licensed. So who knows how much longer they're going to be up. Let's crack on. We've got some pens to get through. So, Dan, what do we know about the release from, is it Montegrappa? That have got these pens out?
Yes, so they've released two sets of pens. They do have the 60th anniversary logo on them, so I think they're a tad late, being it's now 2023. But there are two pens. This is the fountain pen that's on show at the moment. So what you've got here is two 007 bullets, which are the ink cartridges that you fill up with ink and pop into the pen. But the pen also has secret compartments for two cufflinks as well. They are limited. They are a limited edition. They are currently under pre-order. So this beauty will set you back just shy of £5,000.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's kind of standard for Montegrappa, though.
Yeah.
What else? Did they release another one as well? Were there two?
There are two. So the second one is a rollerball pen. So that's this one again. Comes with cufflinks hidden within the pen. It has the same sort of case. So this is the outer of the case that you see on the bottom bit. The doesn't set you back quite as much. It's just shy of £3,000 for this one.
I can't decide which one I want. Which one am I going to have? I'm going to pull the trigger on. Well, we were talking off mic why Parker haven't done anything, because Parker's actually been in the Bond films, right, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, I remember as a kid, I was in middle school seeing GoldenEye and seeing that silver Parker biro pen, and I got one for Christmas. And it wasn't a Bond license thing. It was literally just a standard Parker pen, but it does make you wonder, that as Daniel has there, I think mine's on the other side of the room, so I can't reach it, but
which is great for the podcast, like I say, but
yeah, it's great for the podcast. But why don't they do something like that, an anniversary piece or something? But you can still pick them up today. They've not changed.
Didn't Parker in Skyfall as well? I think Judi Dench's M was using Parker pens throughout Skyfall.
Okay,
Good, Paul. Well, Parker, I was telling you off mic, Parker did something really cool back in the day that was Bond related. And Thomas, maybe you'll be able to help me out with this. The boat that was in The Man with the Golden Gun, the capsized boat in the Hong Kong harbour. You remember what it was called?
Oh, no, I've just seen it. I can't remember it.
But anyway, so that caught fire and then sunk to the bottom of the harbour. And then they had to get rid of it because it was messing with the flow and the in and out tide of the harbour. So they hauled it away for scrap, and Parker took pieces of that and put that into pens. And you can, back in the day, buy those pens. God knows, that'd be worth a fortune now. But that's a cool Bondian pen. That's what you should be doing with Bond pens. Not entirely sure about this one. And Montegrappa aren't in the Bond films either, so it does feel like it's a bit of a reach to go and do something like this. That's just my take. Got David from the Bond Experience saying they did brand the Parker pens with GE, GoldenEye, and Tomorrow Never Dies. There you go. Proofs in the pudding.
Do an anniversary edition. It's a couple of years away.
Why not? We have pinball machines to talk about. What's going on with this, Dan?
So, two pinball machines are available on the 007 store. Only shipped to the US address, though. So, I'm afraid we're out. I don't think we can get these, I'm afraid. So, we've got the one on the left is You Only Live Twice, and then the one on the right is Dr. No. The one that is You Only Live Twice is £8,595, and the Dr. No is £6,250.
I went to a party once. It was a Bond community member, and he had the GoldenEye pinball machine in his room. And I immediately elevated him to the coolest person in the world. I was like, "You've got this. You're better than any Bond community member." And I think that's the rule. If you get one of these, then all of a sudden you're the first knight, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, that's pinball machines. I don't know if Thomas, will you be shelling out for one of these?
Tempted. The man with the largest Star Wars collection in the world is Stephen J. Sansweet, and when he was asked one of his coolest pieces of his collection, he said it was a German Star Wars pinball machine because it had a big Darth Vader head that would talk German at you as you played. So if that's the level of collector you need to be, why not? Why not?
Well, I just think it's one of these things that you can never really get really good at. So what's the point? Because of how much luck's involved. It's just something for parties. And
Is that in Never Say Never Again, where he goes to the party, there's a whole bunch of pinball machines or arcade machines or something? Like, you can have a setup like that.
Yeah. Oh, and he chats up Kim Basinger from behind the fruit machine, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can be Largo from Never Say Never Again if you have all these pinball machines, arcade machines, and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's got the best. I really love the game in that film.
Yes.
What's it called? Like Battle of the Worlds or Battle of the Wars or something?
Yeah, and it gives them the electric shock as they're
Yeah.
playing. So, yeah.
Someone in the comments can help us out. What the game's called?
Is it called Domination?
Domination.
Yes.
That was it.
Domination.
Nice pull, Thomas. Nice pull. God, I love
Fine
Never Say Never
movie.
Again. Do you know what? Tangentially, we're doing a private screening of Octopussy at the cinema this weekend. Thomas, you're coming. Daniel, you're coming. Mark, you got other birthdays to attend, I believe.
Post-Christmas, belated Christmas kind of family lunch thing. So yeah.
Family.
But I was going to we're screening Octopussy because I think that's the funniest Bond film out of all of them. I think that's just the fun, and I want people to kind of have a laugh and a good time. I mean, obviously, like the best Bond films are Casino Royale, Goldfinger, and stuff like that. That would be cool also. But I want people to have a laugh at the same time. But I was thinking, outside of Octopussy, Never Say Never Again is probably the second funniest Bond film. Would you say?
Yeah.
Dan?
Absolutely.
I've not seen it.
You've not seen Never Say Never Again?
No.
Get out of this chat room, boy. It's that is shocking, positively shocking.
I've seen lots and lots of elements of it, but I've never seen it all the way through.
You know, Barbara Broccoli's going to love you. You're going to get the golden invite down to Eon headquarters for saying that.
Wow.
But
I'll get the reviews in the morning.
Because obviously Eon is not an Eon film, but they pulled from it so much, like Fatima Blush. It seems to be a model for a later character.
Yeah, you can see how much Thunderbolt's in it, but yeah, it's just every time I've seen it, I've sort of like cringed and gone, no.
It's clearly Sean Connery and Holiday having a great time, but even when they said we don't go in for exploding pens, I feel that came more from Never Say Never Again than GoldenEye.
Interesting point. Well, we've got a few things to crack on with, so I want to see what else is next. Swiftly moving gears. Dan, have we got what else is up on the list? Is it Thomas Crown Affair that we're doing? Oh no, it's the heist thing that Pierce Brosnan's doing, right? So he's got a show coming out in February called History's Greatest Heists. He's looking really, really smooth, and he's got like a silver streak right in the middle of that quiff there going on. He's folding his arms across his chest. He looks like he's ready to talk about this. That's what I get from that thumbnail. Mark, are you going to be tuning in for this one?
If I can find it on my television, I definitely will be. I didn't know it was coming out, but it sounds, just the idea of it sounds awesome. So yes, if I can, I will. I'm all for it.
So I'm guessing that they're tying this in with the Thomas Crown. Right, because he played Thomas Crown. That's why he's going to be hosting it. And it's funny because I was thinking about Thomas Crown when I saw this. Whenever I think of Thomas Crown, I think of the moment where he invites Rennie Russo to his little private villa at the top of this mountain. So they take a plane there, then they take a car there, and then they get somebody else to give him a lift up on his shoulders. Anyway, it's a very, very, very private villa, right? And so Rennie Russo's following him up the hill.
Oh, this must go over.
With whom?
Whomever you bring him.
I never bring anyone here. Voila.
Whenever I think of that, I'm like, that is the most far-fetched point in the movie, because all he's doing is bringing Victoria's Secret models there to bang. I mean, there's no other reason for him to have a villa in the top of the mountain. What did you think he's doing all day? Looking at Renoirs? That is absolutely what women will believe in films. Is just beyond me. So that's. Sorry, I just wanted to get that off my chest. I watched the Thomas Crown Affair this morning. Thought that's a good way to spend some morning when I should have been working. And yeah, always get reminded of that. What else have we got coming up? Oh, I wanted to do a trivia question for people that have tuned in. So we'll do a trivia question now, and then we'll give the answer at the end. And the question is, in the novel You Only Live Twice, when Tiger Tanaka tells Bond he cannot swear in Japanese culture, Bond replies, well, surely a man can say the word Freddy Uncle Charlie. And what name does he give for the letter K? So we'll give that answer out at the end. And we're moving on to something called Bargain Bond now. I wanted to ask you, gents, what you've seen on the internet that you think's a bargain that Bond lovers and people that want to look like Bond and all that sort of stuff are going to find for a snip. So, Dan, you found something. I'm going to ask you to pull up the slide. You found some shoes that were on discount.
Yeah, so not necessarily at a snip, but we do have. Ooh, there we go. So Crockett & Jones sale is on at the moment. So the Norwich shoes, which are worn in Spectre, they're currently on sale, both in black and in brown. Now, I purchased these about 6 months ago, and then 2 weeks later they went into the summer sale. So great timing on my behalf. Yeah, I know, but they are very, very good, comfortable shoes. I love the ones I've got. They've also got in the sale the Highburies in a sort of chestnut brown calf. Now Highburies were worn in Skyfall and No Time to Die in black. And they've also got a couple of pair of the Islay boots that are also on sale. So these are slight alternatives, other than the Norwich that are exactly the screen accurate ones from Spectre. These are all slight variants, but I think, you know, they're in the sale. If somebody's wanted to get a pair of these shoes, you know, slightly discounted, they're so comfortable shoes. I mean, I can't swear by them enough. They're so comfortable, and you know, I've got my Teppies are almost 10 years old now. They last and last.
Yeah, I love how you look after your shoes. I've seen the reports. You got the shoe tree and everything. Very envious. I've got shoe envy of your shoes. Thomas. Oh, sorry. Go on, Dad. You got something else?
Yeah, sorry, I'll show this. So this is a pair of Church's desert boots. It doesn't actually claim to be the Riders, but they are heavily discounted. They're about 63% off what you can get them on the Churches. So just showing here, this is what.
And these are from Quantum.
These are the Quantum boots, that you see throughout the film. So they're currently on Church's website for $870, and on Italist for 300 and I can't quite see that, £20, 366 euros, but I think it's about £320. It's about 63% off, but I have to stipulate, although I've looked at it with the materials and everything, it looks identical. They don't say that they're the Rider, so I don't want to sort of like go, oh, I bought them and they're not the Rider. I think they look very close to them.
Yeah.
So that's my sort of liability ends.
Well, is it Instagram Daniel Gaster UK where people can send hate mail?
Yeah, why not?
Good. What else is in the bargain bin? Ooh, Tom Ford shirt.
So there is one of these left as of lunchtime today. This is the No Time to Die shirt in a Sea Island cotton. So there were 2 of these that came out as part of the No Time to Die range from Tom Ford. This is the Sea Island cotton version. So you can see there it's got the point collar and the cocktail cuff, or the Dr. No cuff, as Tom Ford called it. There's one left in the size 40, and that's 50% off, £317.50.
That's pretty darn good. No, I'm not
Very
tempted.
good.
Got my shirts. What else have we got in the bin? It's not really a bin, but
It's not a bin, no.
No.
Something.
This is a treasure
something
trove.
Something for Thomas.
Yep. So this was a tie I bought on eBay. I love getting Turnbull and Asser ties on eBay because people get given them as gifts. A lot of fellas then just put it in a cupboard, and then when they clear out the cupboard, they put it on eBay. So I bought this and actually shared to our chat group saying I bought this, and I think it might have been Matt, I'm not sure, maybe it was Z, who told me that this was the same set as from Die Another Day. It's the tie that Pierce Brosnan wears when he's on the British Airways flight going back to London, but it's just in a different color. So it's from the same range, different color, and that's the kind of thing I like. I always like, what if Bond and I went into a shop together and we both bought the same tie?
I like the fact that you bought this afterwards, after knowing that, because you didn't tell anyone about it. Well, I'm not gonna broadcast it. I'm gonna buy it first, and then it turned out to be gold.
No, I bought it. I didn't know it was a Bond thing.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
I
love it. It's
You
it
took
was
a
a
punt on it.
surprise. I was doubly happy. I bought it in celebration of a new job, so it became a double celebration.
Well done, man. Well done. Well, enough of that. What else have we got? Oh, another tie.
I do hunt eBay for Turnbull and Asser stuff, and occasionally I come up tops. So this was one I got this week. Again, just a really nice Turnbull and Asser tie. I saw it. I was watching it for ages and ages and ages. And it seems like I'm the only one. So now I'm broadcasting so all of you can join my Turnbull and Asser hunts on eBay.
Nice. I just put myself on mute because Anastasia's just come home and Roger goes nuts. So that's what's going on in the background.
Best bit of any show.
Well done, Thomas. Great finds. Loving that. I can't wait to see it later on. Mark, did you find anything out there in the bargain bin world?
Not as such. I thought, excuse me. No, basically. It did get me thinking, though, about, there's a glimpse of
there
what
it
might
is.
be coming.
So,
to kind of counterbalance the whole bargain thing, one thing I was quite surprised about was learning this week that the brand new 60th anniversary Seamaster, which I think we're about to see on screen, has gone up in price since it was launched, a month and a half ago. So it's gone up by about £600, according to the website, to 7,700, and it was launched at 7.1.
Wow.
So I'm a bit confused as to why you would launch something at one price and then before it's even achieved a wide release, I think they are starting to trickle through, but why you'd suddenly up it? Because surely you must know January our prices are going up, so why not just launch at that price in the first place? And everyone who's got their name on the list will have to pay this price now. So yeah, just a bit surprising, but
sneaky.
Still a great watch.
Nice. I accidentally uploaded the same slide twice because there was 2 watches, and I was going to show you the other one that has also gone up in price.
Yeah, so
everything's going up.
Everything's going up. The other one, what was the other one? I've got it here. Yeah, the one with the diamonds and everything else. I mean, this is like ridiculous anyway, but I think that was about £126,000, and now it's 142. So mind blowing.
David from the Bond Experience is saying, is this the most British style live stream that has ever existed? And I would say yes, because we're all in our layers in 16, probably minus 6 outside. None of us have got the heating on. The cats are hibernating. Yes, this is as good as it gets, I'm afraid. Oh, I found something in the bargain bin. Sorry, Thomas.
Oh, no such thing as wrong weather, only wrong clothes.
It's true.
There's something. I've just got into Facebook Marketplace and I found something for £2, and it's just a miscellaneous James Bond CD. It doesn't give a description as to what it is or what it's on, but it's collection only. So I'm not going to be able to make it over to Wokingham to pick it up, sadly. but maybe someone close to Wokingham can give this guy a call and pick up a James Bond CD, and we'll find out what's on it. It could be anything. It could be anything. It could be anything. It could be like the blooper reels.
Could be all the lost scripts.
It could be Daniel Craig's message recorded after No Time to Die. Maybe it's some secret message for us, just like M's CD, Inspector. It could be.
I mean, it could be. I mean, that is a snip at £2, an absolute snip. Anyway,
pop down there just to see it.
Yeah, just get the train. That'll only cost 100 sheets. Finally, right, guys, I think I better call time on this because, like I say, the missus has just come in. But I wanted to do a roundup of what everyone's up to. I know, Mark, you had a video released on your channel just recently, and the book is behind you. Just show me and tell me what's going on with that.
Yeah, so for folks who want to check it out, there's a new video, latest video on my YouTube channel, basically chronicling, showing the unboxing, but also telling people the journey that it took to kind of come into possession of my very own Daniel Craig's Bond by Greg Williams. So I'm over the moon with it. I can't begin to tell you. Yeah, it's great.
It's a great video. You can go check it out on your channel. I know there has been some images that's been released already, though.
I've not released any. There's basically a letter that comes with the book from Greg that asks you not to share what's within to keep it special. So I've honoured that. I know people can. Some people haven't, shall we say? I have seen before, but that's up to them. I'm honouring it, and I actually had a lovely comment from Greg himself thanking me for that. So,
that's nice.
That was kind of the cherry
that's
on
really
top.
Cool. Well, look, as it's already out there, I do feel like we can at least show one from the book, which is quite. I mean, there's not even an Amiga in this shot. I mean, I don't know what's going on with that.
What a frightening image.
This was also one on the back cover, I believe. But
oh god! Oh, Pete, revenge is a dish best served cold. I will find you. Thank you.
I couldn't help myself. In fact, that was Dan's handiwork. Thanks, Dan. I'm no good at photos.
I just thought you had someone following me, to be honest.
Hold on a sec.
Oh God.
We have the technology to make this possible. I love it.
Brilliant. Oh, we certainly do now. And we've got to say the answer to the trivia question before I forget. In the novel, You Only Live Twice. Because I'm listening to the novel because I'm off to Japan. Next trip, Japan. So I'm getting You Only Live Twice under my belt. Really, really good, except for the whole chapter where he talks about trees and gives all the Latin names for them. Not entirely sure why he does that. But in the novel You Only Live Twice, when Tiger Tanaka tells Bond he cannot swear in Japanese culture, he replies, well, surely a man can say the word Freddie, Uncle Charlie. And what was the name he gave for the letter K? It was Katie. There we go. Well done for everybody for getting that right, which was no one. Thanks for everyone for jumping on. Fleming Never Dies. We have British Albion podcast. The next show is about what, Thomas?
Oh, I think I'm going to do satire. S is for satire.
This month is
all like
Wonderful. Good stuff. And at Fleming Never Dies on Instagram. Views from Mark. What's coming up for you?
The next stage for this book, which is trying to hunt down some signatures for it.
Oh, that's fun. That's exciting.
Yeah, so I'm going to do a series, I think, of videos.
Okay. All right. Cool.
That takes some time.
Do you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of The Terminal. You ever seen The Terminal?
Yes.
Tom Hanks,
yeah.
Where he goes around trying to
Unacceptable.
find autographs. What's the term? Unacceptable. The green stamp. Yes. I've completely lost my train of thought because the dog's coming up and I've got to go. Dan, thanks for producing the show. Dan Gaster, everybody, our man in the field, doing the Lord's work. And thanks to everyone for chiming in. And until next time. Silent goodbye.
Bye.
Just for the podcast listeners.
Just for the podcast listeners. All right. See you later again.
Cheers.
Bye.